And hi, I am Mike Curtis. I am from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and I teach the ESL and the citizenship class at Britain Christian Church. So I was thinking about what I could do to help around the church, and I felt God's calling that He wanted me to do something. And one day afternoon I talked to Irvin and I said, there wouldn't be anything that you need help on around here. And I'll never forget Irvin's comment to me was, well, yes. And I said, well, what could I do? I don't know Spanish. And he said, no, but you are fluent in English. And I thought, well, he's got a point there. After that, I just said, okay, sign me up. And from that point on, I just started helping him teach and transition people from speaking Spanish that were well enough to speak to me, because I don't speak Spanish, and I was able to help them with their English as they progressed. In the months that I've done this, I have been really taken back by how the Hispanic community, when they start learning English, they are so hungry to hear me speak English and let them speak back to me. And the other part of it is, when they all get together, it is amazing how happy they are, even though I know a lot of them have huge struggles at their house. When they come to the church and they start learning English, they are just happy. They're a happy crowd. They're always very cordial to me, and I know even when they're speaking Spanish, I'm learning also, but I know that they're trying to better themselves in our country by learning our language, and I want to help them at all costs. So after I started teaching the ESL, I asked Irvin, I said, what are you doing then? And he said, well, I also teach the citizenship class. I said, oh, that's interesting. And I remember him and I had a discussion. He said, but you know, Mike, he said, really, they really need to speak English and only English, because when they go to take that test, they can't speak Spanish. They must speak English. And so really, if you wanted to, I would let you teach that so that they could get used to speaking to a English-speaking only person. Growing up in Oklahoma and learning civics many years ago, I had to refresh myself about things that our country was based on, and the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and all that stuff that we all learned when we were little. I had to relearn it myself and start teaching them that these might be the questions that they pose to you when you go and take your test. So I've really I've enjoyed it. Just took a trip to Boston, and it reminded me how important what we're teaching them to know about our country. It really helps them feel a sense of pride in what they're fixing to do and to be a citizen of our country. And it relates with everything that's going on in the news these days, and I really think that when they leave this class and they become a citizen, it is a fulfillment of their dreams, and I'm just glad to be able to be a small part of that. So in teaching citizenship, I have not been a very friendly family member, because I am now testing my children and my wife and anyone that knows me. Now I take these questions to them, and they have realized that they have forgotten a lot too about things we learned a long time ago. And so once again, it gives me a lot of pride that we were taught about our country when we were smaller, and we've just taken it for granted. And now I get to go back and I get to mostly adults that come into class. Some are a little younger, but then you get to tell them about our country, and they're very hungry. They want to know, and they like to learn about it. So it's a pride for me to be able to speak on behalf of our country that we are proud of, and that we're happy to have them become a citizen of the United States. and it benefits them and their family and it will for generations. When we're thinking about giving money to different projects that go on in the church, I think about this one being that we are reaching people close around our church, and when we do that, I think the church becomes a very important part of the community that continues to grow outwardly, so that when people come here and they know that they're welcome, even they speak another language or dual language, that now they're welcome here, and we can take what's given to us and go out and even expand more to try to get more people. And because I know there's very many people that live around this area that have not heard about what we do here, and for us to be able to go out and get more people here is more about our community. It's about helping our community grow so that we all can interact in a language that we know, and that they know that this is a safe place to come to. So I just think if you give something tonight, it will be spent wisely, and it will further take an impact into our church on people that want a place to call home and a place to call their church.